When you trust your defense, you trust them no matter who you go against.
So Lambeau lets it go, and we're underway at the AFC title game with a touchback. And Brady right away is going to throw right side. Little pass over to Lewis, who caught 9 last Saturday night in the win against Tennessee. Brady has time, has his man, it's Cooks. Right on the money to Cooks, down to the 39-yard line.
Cooks goes right by Telvin Smith, and Jalen Ramsey is supposed to carry that vertical.
Brady feels pressure by his feet, now rolling out. Campbell trying to chase, and Brady will pick up a yard.
We'll see how it plays, though, because Tom Brady's good.
Rex Burkhead is in the game, and he gets it on the end around. Burkhead caught around the shoulder pads and tossed down at the 33 by Miles Jack. And he gets 6. James White comes in, and it's 3rd and 4. There's the pass, caught, but stopped well short of the first. Hogan brought down by Ramsey, who has a word or two to say to Hogan. Less than 2 to go. Brady lofts it, and he's got his man, Amendola. And they pick up a gain of 21.
What an outstanding job. The Patriots get a wheel route with a little pick.
So now, 1st and goal to go. Fakes it to Hogan. Sets up screen, and the Jaguars are on it. That is Barry Church, who comes up and pounds them into the ground for a loss.
Yeah, they haven't played the Patriots this year, though, have they?
No, they have not. Again, back over to Lewis. Tries to wiggle past Smith, and they're going to rule him down. They're going to say a knee was down. Brady looking in the middle of the field. He's got pressure around him, and he's taken down. And it's Fowler, who we mentioned had just come in, who got to him from 31 yards. And the Patriots put 3 on the board to start the game. So now it's time to see what the Jaguars offense looks like as Gostkowski sends it down. Corey Grant's the returner. He was 5th best in the league this year. Gets past Slater and zooms ahead out to about the 26.
Jim, this is the loudest I've heard it at New England this year. This base is going nuts.
Try to quiet it with a handoff to Fournette. And they pile on him after 2. Here's Bortles on play action. Looking for 2nd and 3rd options, and now flips it over to Fournette. Got a block and picks up the 1st down. That was O'Shaughnessy who threw the block.
When Jacksonville play actions, they look to take shots. They're not just trying to dump it down. And you saw how long it took before the back got out. Nobody.
Back to Fournette off the left side for 3. Pass complete. Fournette tripped up.
We'll see if they do it here.
Playing it over and picking up just enough for the 1st is Hearns with the catch. Is the tailback. And now the ball carrier. And he had a nice performance in the win at Pittsburgh. 2nd and 8. Bortles takes something off of it. What a play to break it up by Kyle Van Noy. It looked like it might be there for Yeldon. Bortles, pass incomplete, as Malcolm Butler would not give Lee an inch. Brad Nortman punts it toward Amendola, who makes the fair catch at the 13. About 25 miles from there at Gillette Stadium. A 1st and 10. Brady on play action with pressure coming. Gets the pass away, and again he finds Cooks. This time for 11 and a 1st. Anything out of normal velocity, etc. As you see, they hand it off to Lewis.
Not yet. I think what you're finding is
a handoff to Amendola. And the Jags were able to read that one pretty quickly. Gain of 2. James White flanks Brady off his right hip. Gets the football. 3rd and 3. And stopped about a yard short. Ball came out, but they're going to rule him down. Officials running in there to say he was down. which was down, so no challenge flag coming from that sideline. Here's Allen's punt. Angled and out of bounds. They've won twice, Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and here they are playing for the AFC title. They get it over quickly to Grant, who makes a big move around one defender and finally is taken down by Harmon.
It's an RPO, run pass option. Bortles sees the coverage and throws it out to Grant, who gets two good blocks by the wideouts. And those are the chunk plays. I mean,
open underneath and over to the New England side of the field is Marquise Lee.
make it a situation game based on one play.
2nd and 3. Fournette plows ahead for another first down. Fournette works it right up the gut for another 5. 2nd and 6. They do play action fake, and Bortles has on the sideline his target. Cole with the catch. He would be there to present the Lamar Hunt Trophy. It's Fred Taylor that goes the Jacksonville way. Start the second quarter with Grant. Grant wide open, down the sidelines. McCourty finally got a body on him, but another big, the second one of this series by Grant.
Watch him go in the flat. New England's so into stopping the run. They get a little bit miscommunication, and Grant is down back there.
Picked up 24. They've got a 1st and goal. Still with Bortles. Bortles lofts it, and it's caught by Mercedes Lewis. The longest tenured Jaguar, Mercedes Lewis, scores from 4 yards out. And boy, did they cross him up.
Well, watch right here. He's guarded by Lee, and Chung has to help against the team who runs it like this play action.
Lambeau extra point just inside.
Now, Belichick and Brady are going to adjust, believe me.
This will be returned by Lewis. Trying to break free. Those next-gen stats were powered by AWS from under center Brady. 7-step drop, pass out of reach.
He had that feel when to let go and catch the touchdown.
Draw, 2nd and 10, running right into Shaq Mason. Ball kind of, for a moment there, was a little bit loose. 3rd down and long situation. Up the middle it goes. Incomplete. Intended for Hogan, no flag.
This is going to be one of those games. You got to put under duress.
He got knocked down by Ngakwe right after he released it. This is Westbrook with the fair catch all year. And movement.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
There's Clete Blakeman. That's the first flag in the game. Over to Grant, who caught 2 on the last drive for big plays. He's got another one near the 1st down. It looks like it's right on the money for another 1st. And Mercedes Lewis fake to Fournette. Did he freeze him? Goes down the field wide open. Wide open to Hearns, who stays in bounds. McCourty comes over to assist on Rowe's first attempt to knock him down. And it's a play for 27.
Hearns gets him moving and then goes up and goes right out to the sideline.
His quarterback has hit his last 7 passes. He was looking deep and takes what's there underneath for a gain of 8. Right back to Hearns. How many players told us in our meetings how much they benefited by that, as Fournette is wrestled down.
Might go for it on 4th down if they hand it off here and they're short.
They do hand it off on 3rd and 2, and they pick up the 1st. Fournette able to run through that traffic and pick up 4 and another new set of downs. Marquise Lee, by the way, I mentioned had been dinged. He's been back out there for a few plays. Here's Fournette. Fournette showing no issues with that ankle that was injured again last week in the second half against Pittsburgh. It had first been injured a game against the Rams back in October, but he is just fine and moving on.
So right here, this is what you saw earlier. They threw the screen twice. Now all of a sudden they come back and hand it off, and you see the slow play by Landon Roberts, who doesn't.
That belonged to Jacksonville. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pass, Yeldon. Patriots are there. Van Noy blows it up.
And the running back up top. 4 guys on one side.
And they go left with Yeldon. Gets the edge. Cole tries to throw a block. And where do they mark him out? pound it with Fournette. Pounds it for the first down. It's pushed back, but he'll get marked all the way up near the 3. First and goal for Jacksonville. 7 out of 7 touchdown conversions in the red zone, including today. They hand it off. Fournette. He's driving, and he's in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Wow. Take that, they say.
Right up the middle in the gut, into the reduced front, bare front we call it. Right at the teeth of the defense. This is not a good start for New England right now. Right through the A-gap with about 5 Patriots there. Fournette showing the power. Yeah, it's tough. We need to keep watching. It's early.
As Lambeau this time, almost identical to the first PAT. It is good. Second offensive possession. They've out-yardaged New England 158 to -1. Here's a short kick to Lewis. This is something Belichick loves to do. And there is a flag out. You don't see a lot of other teams do it to them.
During the return, holding, return team number 59. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down New England.
He's got Gibson on him now. Gibson, who has a foot issue and was questionable all week. Down to the bottom of the screen, and Brady's looking that way for Gronk. And it's knocked away by Gibson. And no flag on the field. Brady hit his first 7 passes. He's missed on his last 3. Now, looking, firing, and somehow Gronkowski holds on.
Watch. It's a play fake. Pull the guard, look over the middle, and then Brady gets pounded and still throws a perfect ball under duress. And Dante Fowler continuing to provide the pressure.
First down, play action. Pass over the head, going back to Gronk for the 3rd straight play. He's got a 2nd and 10. They seal the pocket for him, and Burkhead, ball came out. Could be ruled incomplete. It is.
I'm dropping back. And you see right over the ball, Talvin Smith. You can hear it.
Burkhead got dinged on that play. Looking for their first conversion on 3rd down today. Brady, pressure all around him. Finally, they take him down at the 29, and it's Fowler with his 2nd sack here in the first half.
So his eyes are going to start in the wrong spot. They confused Brady on that play. Made it look like zone, and it was man.
And that punt goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The Jags start this series from the 25. Basically, same point the last 2 drives began. Fournette into a wall for 1. 2nd straight running play, 2nd straight time. The Patriots are all over it for no gain. Crowd trying to create a spark for this defense as Bortles flings it down the field, and it is caught by Cole.
Oh my goodness, who is this guy? Blake Bortles thrown back shoulder 30 yards on the sideline to a free agent. Cole coming up with a catch. We'll see.
Does he hold on to it? Does he?
Right foot, left foot. Malcolm Butler on the play.
They hurried to the line, and they got the snap off before a challenge flag could come out.
Outstanding job getting up and going,
Yes,
though.
that's huge, Ed.
Oh, illegal shift, though. They weren't set.
Illegal shift, offense. All 11 men did not get set for prior to the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Who is this guy?
He's a guy that's thrown for 155 yards and a touchdown. And he hands it off to Yeldon, who takes a big hit, spins around, takes it to the 48. 2nd and 11. He gives it to Yeldon, still on his feet. And he reaches down to about the 44. Just got the snap off in time. Bortles pass. What a catch that is. That is Lewis with a flag out.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense.
Wow.
5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Throw it outside, Blake.
Bortles spins away. He's gonna have a holding call, it looks like. Bortles wisely puts 2 hands on it as Adam Butler finally ends.
Holding, offense, with 74. Penalties declined, brings up 4th down.
Here's Nortman's punt. And Amendola will set up the possession at the 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Nationwide.
I think Doug Marrone thought it was a penalty, so the clock stopped.
Saves New England's last time out, and that running play is stopped quickly. Robert Kraft bought this franchise of the Patriots 24 years ago today. As Brady goes sideline, Cooks makes the catch.
Making sure he's in. Cooks.
Pass across the middle. They'll hurry to the line.
Yep, you got to go now.
Timeout.
You got to watch the backs in these situations. He likes to throw to them.
2nd and 2. There it is. To White. Right you are. Telvin Smith tackles him of the first half. A field goal to Buffalo, and then that touchdown on 4th and 11 to Pittsburgh. And this pass is incomplete. Is Barry Church. That's going to draw a flag.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 42. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Gronkowski definitely wobbly right now. Dwayne Allen has come in at tight end as Brady goes deep. And it was a little shove, yes, Boye on Cooks.
Pass interference, defense, number 21. Wrong place at the spot of the foul. First down, New England.
It was a 32-yard penalty. And from the gun, Brady guns it. Down to the 1. Slithers Cooks. Going left, White. In for the touchdown.
Just a great job by New England being prepared to get up at the line. Jacksonville's not prepared to get in their gaps.
Nope, they weren't ready.
They hope they throw it 3 times so they can get it back again.
Gostkowski adds the extra point.
At the end of every half, and what he did there was almost necessary. It was huge.
Gostkowski will get the touchback. Grant. Look at that. They're going.
They don't want New England touching this ball again.
Jacksonville heading in with a halftime lead. Line drive kick. And it will not be returned, but we're going to return to the sideline to Tracy. 13 out of 15 in the first half. There's Fournette for 2. 2nd and 8. Play action, Bortles. All kinds of time, and now gives it to Bohannon, his fullback. Caught a touchdown last week, and he runs over for a moment Patrick Chung and has a good gain and a first down. That late first half score by New England, they did it last week. Fournette for 1. 2nd and 9. Fournette. Malcolm Butler was waiting for him. Comes the blitz. Bortles gets to the way. Yeldon held on with 2 players colliding with him and also made enough move to pick up the first down by a yard.
The running back, watch right here. He's got to pick up. Nope, his guy doesn't come. Yeldon burst, and that throw being out in front while off your back foot, Blake Bortles. I'm telling you, Bortles is playing the game of the year for him right now. And he's had some pretty decent games, but
first down run, Fournette. Pushed back by Lawrence Gay after 3, and let's get an update from Tracy. Get Yeldon make that Fournette avoid what would have been a loss. Chung was ready to deck him. Gonna roll out. Knocked down by Flowers. Make it, you got a 7-point lead. Miss it, Patriots take over at the 44. Lambeau from 54, look at that kick. It's good. Hopefully you'll be able to get to the AT&T Pebble Beach with them all still intact.
Well,
we'll see you there in a few weeks.
That's a good-looking guy on that ball, I tell you what, whoever they put there.
Hands it off to Lewis. Able to quickly get outside and turn it into 4. Telvin Smith on the tackle. 2nd down and 6. He fakes it, steps up into it, goes deep, and double coverage and no flag. Cooks was surrounded by both. 3rd and 6. And they convert for the first time today on 3rd down with Hogan left open in the middle of the field.
Rat defender means that he's the helper. You can go anywhere. He looks at Tom Brady, and he doesn't keep going with Hogan. Don't look at Tom Brady's eyes. You got to read the coverages. Brady outstanding. Under pressure, in the middle of the pocket slides.
Look. Action fake to Lewis again. He thinks he can get something down the middle, and Cooks unable to pull it in. 2nd and 10. Straight drop. Setting up a little pass to Lewis. Miles Jack is there. And Jones finishes it off. And White gets the football. Jacksonville drops him after a pickup of about 3. Signals for a catch and makes it. Who's going to Minneapolis? 1.25 to go. Play action and a rollout on the bootleg, and the pass is wide of Marquise Lee. Here they come after him. In trouble, and he holds on to it as he's decked back at the 5-yard line. Lawrence Guy was there.
6-man rush, safety blitz, Patrick Chung. And right there, they've adjusted. No one's better at halftime. They're not going to let him sit and play action and look down the field. They're going to come after him. This ball's going to come out. Just a handoff.
It's Yeldon, and he is popped and dropped after 2.
Best halftime adjustments, really in-game adjustments of anybody that's coached.
Nortman with a big boot. Room to run it back, though, for Amendola. And they come converging. And Lewis patiently looking for a crease. We'll get to them in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 7. Pass complete. Lewis, though, they're on him. Over 125 years combined of great service and friendship. Here's a 3rd and 4. Lewis able to wiggle free, and then 2 more Jaguars, including Colvin, are there to get him. A team off in this very situation on 4th and 2. And the snap away, down, punts it, takes something off of it. And Westbrook makes the catch over the shoulder. Again, they'll start near the 10-yard line. Blake Hott is down to 1. Fournette makes sure he secures it. 2nd and 11. To stay on the ground, trying to bounce outside. Fournette finds a little opening, and he's able to climb his way all the way out to about the 16.
Got to cover the crossers, New England.
Bortles pass. There's the crosser to Lee, and they've got a 1st down.
Lee does a wonderful job coming from right to left, and you'll see Mercedes Lewis going from left to right. Bortles hangs in and finds the one guy who gets the leverage, and right now, that throw behind, but he got so much room and open on that play.
They had him 3 and out for the 2nd straight series. Uh-oh, watch out. Flea flicker. Bortles takes what he can get, and he's able to throw a strike to Hearns on the run. 1st down from the 49, and it's Fournette. Takes it just across the 50 for a couple. 2nd and 8. Well, he wanted to go that way. Instead, underneath Lee. Stiff arm. Fights for that 1st down. Great, powerful move by the wideout.
Bortles looked downfield and then come all the way back to Lee. He wanted to throw the single on the outside, and Eric Rowe giving up too much.
Here's a 1st down. Toss over to Fournette. Robinson was out there throwing a block. Fournette takes it for about 13, and now they're in field goal range. It's Corey Grant who replaces him. He's had a fine game in a lot of different areas. They fake the handoff. Bootleg. Bortles. Ball is dropped by Koyak.
They need something to go their way, New England.
2nd and 10. Handoff to Grant to close out the quarter. Gets to about the 25. 3rd and 8 for Jacksonville. from the New England 25. Blitz time. Bortles unloads it. Throws it away.
Yeah, this is to go up 2 possessions, though, in the 4th.
This from 43. Lambeau's kick. Again, dead center.
I don't know. He looked nervous.
Did he? Yeah.
Wow, right down the middle.
8 seconds into the 4th. And that is not returnable. Going to run it on 1st down to Lewis. If you can come back from 28-3, I know the Patriot Nation is saying,
but
late 3rd.
Well, nothing's going to be bigger than that, right?
2nd and 8.
But this guy can do
wide
it.
Open. It's Cooks.
Here we go. This is what sports is all about right here. Cooks goes down. A little too much room by Boye. Got to get up. Be aggressive.
Doesn't look all that different. Watch out here. That was a backward pass, and it's coming back over to Lewis. Solder in front. A whole brigade, but Miles Jack falls on it. Comes up with the football. He's got the football in his hands.
Oh, I think he got it, Jim. I think he actually got it. Did that just happen? The play of the year on offense, it was unbelievable. A double pass back.
And in the end, Miles Jack absolutely steals it away on the takedown.
We got to see this. Oh, that's loose. That is definitely... Ooh. Oh.
Ruling on the field is that the runner fumbled. It was recovered by the defense. 1st down, Jacksonville. The ruling on the field stands as called. It's a 1st down, Jacksonville.
First turnover of this AFC Championship game, and it's a huge one. It was on the heels of a big play by the Patriots.
I mean, it definitely moves, so it's out of control. Do you call it control when he has it back on his hip? I think it's the right call.
With 13 and a half remaining. And now they'll run it with Fournette. And go back to Deion Lewis. He had fumble issues at the end of last year.
Smith and Jack, that's why you go draft these guys, to make plays like that.
Straight drop for Bortles. Steps up, flings it wildly. And Lewis was looking around to no avail. 3rd and 7.
He'll come after again. He's doing the same blitz. Right here comes Butler. Does he pick it up?
Butler trying to blitz. Pass caught, but it's going to be short of the 1st. Hearns pushed back by McCourty. Big tackle by McCourty. And all the while, if you get somebody to jump, you'll get yourself a 1st down. But that doesn't happen. Fair catch signal. 15-yard line. Brady out of the gun. All the way back to the 5. He drops. He throws it, and it is pulled down as Boye was trying to get there and close in and make a play on the ball, but Cooks makes the catch for 18.
Boye has got to get a little more aggressive. I mean, that's too much space. That's like the 5th throw.
6 catches. 1st down, Brady throwing again. Brady's throwing down. He grabs the face mask. His help to his feet. Looks at his left hand, not his right, but he's taken down by Darius.
Shaq Mason one-on-one. Darius.
2nd and 18. Deep ball. Down the field. And overthrown, but tight double coverage on Hogan. Here's Bortles trying to stay loose. As it's a 3rd and 18. Pocket sealed for a moment. Brady's able to throw it. And they convert on 3rd and 18. That's a huge play for the Patriots.
Only Tom Brady. Watch the quietness in the pocket. You're going to see right up top here the end cut. See how he looks off the linebacker's left?
Back to Brady it comes. Just standing there like a statue as he unloads it. And it is caught by Dorsett.
A really unique flea flicker, and Dorsett gets behind Jack, but Jack smelled that out pretty quick. It was just a perfect throw.
Dorsett for 31 from the 23. Jump pass incomplete. Todd Wash, defensive coordinator, looking on. 2nd and 10. Finds the time, pulled down. Good catch by Amendola.
Guys going across the field this way.
Good protection. Amendola for the touchdown.
New England's going to flood the zone, put the running back over there, the tight end, and then bring Amendola underneath.
Extra point brings it down to 3. It was an 85-yard drive. All football fans got to be riveted by this one with 8:44 to go. Going to be run out by Grant from the goal line, actually, and that is Slater, of course, on him quickly.
Here we go.
Hands it off. Fournette. Couple of Patriots. Play action. Down the middle. He is able to pull it off with the completion to Hearns.
You're going to see right here. Let's fake it. Get the linebacker to go overflow to the run. Throw right behind him.
Gonna ride Fournette for a yard. Drop back. Bortles gonna go with a deep ball, and it is incomplete. Almost pulled down by Gilmore. Pass incomplete, and no flag as Lewis looks around. Nortman. No pressure. Sends it inside the 20. Fair catch, Amendola. Here's Brady. Lofts it up into the air deep. And there is a flag. In fact, there's 2 flags.
Pass interference, defense, number 20. Molly placed despite a foul. First down, New England.
First down. Going down the sideline, and that's incomplete as White got turned around. Jacksonville now has 98 yards in penalty yards.
Cooks has had the big game.
2nd and 10. Jack's coming in on him, and it's incomplete.
First pressure I've seen in a while. Todd Wash, give him credit.
3rd and 10. Brady's pass tipped up in the air, incomplete. Telvin Smith broke it up, intended for James White. Here's Allen. Westbrook slides over from the 10 to run up the middle, and the Patriots are waiting for him.
You got to pass this ball here.
Here they go. Picked up the blitz. Bortles' throw is dangerously defended by Eric Rowe. Hearns was the target.
A lot of crossers coming at you again.
Bortles in trouble, able to get rid of it and avoid the sack. And look at James Harrison.
Again, they got to stand up to Brady.
Nortman didn't get all of this. That's Amendola taken off inside the 40 and down at the 30. Over to White. Blockers in front. James White gets halfway home to the 15.
Screen pass to the left to White. Soft coverage by Jacksonville.
Brady looking around. Caught. Amendola with another catch. Colvin reached out to knock it down, and somehow it was threaded. Brady keeps it and is able to just charge ahead for a 1st and goal to go. We got another. Handed off to White. They drag him down. Fake it to White. Looking around. Has time. Throws it. Did he get the feet down? What an effort. Touchdown, Amendola.
Watch. Let's see if he does it. High ball back in the end zone. How you're supposed to throw it there, so it's protected. Right foot, left foot ball. That's a touchdown, Jim. New England has the lead and a shot at heading to the Super Bowl.
Amazing effort, no doubt, by Brady to drive him again, but Amendola to get that 2nd foot down. Acrobatic. The extra point. Makes it a 4-point lead. Jacksonville's going to start at the 25. First down throw, pulled down, pickup of 8 by Lee. He's going to go to the sideline on that side and open. Westbrook can get to his feet. And Gilmore also able to get back up and stop him. That's the first catch of the game for Westbrook.
He just quieted the crowd instantly. Another back shoulder standing in there, and he's, ooh, might have been down right there, but
all kinds of time. Lofts it. Fournette was there. Rushing 4. Bortles in trouble. They get to him, and the ball's down. Fallen on by Robinson. It was James Harrison who got to him first.
Of course it is.
Yep.
James Harrison gets right by. Watch on the edge over here.
Recovered by the Jags. 2-minute warning at Gillette.
And try and look for a big play.
Bortles. Open. O'Shaughnessy goes out. They only picked up about 4 or 5. Stepping up and throwing, and it is knocked down by Gilmore.
What a play by Gilmore. You're going to see him step up. The safety's right here. He gets behind him, and Westbrook has a step. It's really a pretty good ball by Bortles. He gives him a chance. It's just an incredible defensive play by Gilmore. Just an incredible play. It was a good throw. Bortles did a great job, stepped up. Oh.
Remember again, Jacksonville has 3 timeouts. Lewis, first action since fumbling, and he's dropped for a 3-yard loss.
Here we go, 3 timeouts.
It's Lewis. Able to get back what he lost and another yard. So a gain of about 3. Timeout at 1:38.
That's what that's telling you.
It's Lewis. And Lewis running free, and that could very well do it. Dion Lewis found a tiny little opening and used that burst and speed, and Belichick knows he's got it now.
They did it! And the run by Dion Lewis on the edge, Devlin with a great block. Oh! Might be Josh McDaniels' last game for the Patriots.
Kneel down time.
That's the last game, I think, at Gillette Stadium for both those coordinators.
Never commits a turnover. Had a 10-point lead in the 4th quarter.
You know, this is why New England is special.
Brady with all that question about his hands swirling, throws for 290, and he's going back to the Super Bowl.
New England does it in one of the toughest years. We thought they lost a lot of guys. You lose Gronkowski, give Bill Belichick credit. This team finds a way, special, unique. We're never going to see this type of thing happen again over the last 15, 17 years. It's truly generational.
The clock hits 0, and the Patriots continue to rewrite history.